Welcome back to HQ Spotlight. Let's take you to the NFL, where we've got another quarterback change coming in Indianapolis. All of the Anthony Richardson fans celebrate because he will now be the starter again. Lige, this has just been such a weird situation, but he's back into starting. Is this good for Indianapolis going forward?
I mean, I don't think they had a choice. When you listen to Shane Steichen, it sounded like he was saying that Joe Flacco was going to be the quarterback on Sunday. Then all of a sudden he changes his tune. Now Anthony Richardson is the quarterback. And Pete, we know this. Young quarterbacks, they have to go through some ups and downs. I don't think he should have been ever taken out of the starting lineup. Don't agree with him taking himself out of the game, but this is ultimately the right decision for the Colts.
Colts have now lost 3 straight overall. They're 4-6, 2 games behind the Houston Texans in the AFC South. Yikes, not as bad as this next one, though, Jacqueline.
Yeah, we're down bad in Duval. The Jags have ruled out quarterback Trevor Lawrence for Sunday's game against the Lions. Coach Doug Peterson says that Mac Jones is going to get a second start with Lawrence, T-Law, sideline. Pete, are we burying the Jags right now? We kind of already have.
Oh, they're buried.
Yeah.
they're buried like so deep you could spend hours digging for them and you wouldn't find them. That organization needs so many changes. I say it over and over again. The fact that he's not playing, red flag to me, really a big red flag. And I've said it all along. I think there's a disconnect between coach and quarterback. I don't think Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence are on the same page for whatever reason. And I think there's going to be changes coming. This is going to be ugly in Detroit this week. You know, Shad Khan, he puts bumpers on cars. Most of those car dealers and all those executives live in Detroit. It's going to be embarrassing for him. Season ticket renewals go out in a couple weeks or next week. They have to make changes.
Yeah, and that was a team that had high expectations, not only in the division, but in the AFC going into the season, and it has really taken a turn. We have a lot of big matchups on deck for Week 11 in the NFL. The Packers and the Bears, Chicago trying to snap their 3-game losing streak. We also have a huge AFC North battle with the Ravens and the Steelers, and then the top contenders in the AFC, 2 of them with the Chiefs and the Bills. You can watch them facing off. Watch it all go down on CBS, 4:25 Eastern Time on Sunday. All right, back here at the desk, Jacqueline D'Agostino, Haley Sutton. We have Lige Douzable and Pete Prisco joining us. We're going to go down some of the storylines for Week 11, and we are starting right at the top with the Chiefs. They're still perfect. I heard someone say it's like a cat with 9 lives. I think they have like
good description,
12, 15 lives at this point. They just keep finding ways to win. Pete, but this is a different beast that they're taking on, and Josh Allen and the Bills. And we know Patrick Mahomes hasn't been playing up to his standards. Is this Chiefs team, albeit they are undefeated, ready for this Bills team they're about to face?
As long as that quarterback's playing, they're always ready. But inject every bit of this into my veins. I love this. This is a great rivalry. 2 great quarterbacks, you know, Manning, Brady, maybe if they can ever, if Josh Allen wins one, it could be the guy comparison. But I love this game. And look, you mentioned Patrick Mahomes, his favorite game manager.
Yeah.
By the way, he must be tormented in this game. He's got Josh Allen, who he hates, and Patrick Mahomes, who he called a game manager.
I love Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but
I don't have an issue with Josh Allen.
Game manager.
He's been managing through the season.
I will tell you this.
We're here with those.
You've been managing
By
through
the
the
way,
season.
I will tell you this. When I was in Buffalo for training camp, they said, why does Luce not like
He started it, though. Yeah, he instigated that conversation.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. They
So
absolutely
know
asked me.
When you look at this game, like Pete said, I think everybody will be tuned in. This is the main game in that 4 o'clock window. These 2 guys, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, have been going back and forth for the last couple years. And when you look at this Chiefs team, they just find a way to win games. But there is some real issues with this Chiefs team, mainly the left tackle position. It is
big. And the right tackle's no.
And I would say the right tackle ain't much better either. But what people haven't been talking about, and you know I've been saying this for the last couple of years, Pete, this team is led by its defense. But they haven't been as dominant as they've been in the past. I think a big issue that nobody's talking about, Jalen Watson at corner. When he went down, they haven't been able to find another guy opposite of Trent McDuffie that can really play up to their standard. And then Trent McDuffie, they're not really using his skill set the best because he's better in the slot, and they haven't been able to do that because they have a struggle on the other side. So that is one of the biggest issues. I can't wait to see Khalil Shakir. Do they maybe put Trent McDuffie in there because they know Shakir is going to be in the slot for the Buffalo Bills? I think that would be advantageous for Steve Spagnuolo, but this is a great matchup. I can't wait to see it.
The left tackle problem is why the offense hasn't been as good as it's been. It's a major problem. Morris got hurt. He's iffy for the game. The rookie went in. He wasn't very good. They should go out and sign a guy like David Bakhtiari. That's what they should do. Stretch run, veteran left tackle, sign him in there, make him play your left tackle. I think that would fix that spot. He's a great in pass protection. He's always been. but that's sped up Mahomes. It always speeds him up. And when you speed him up,
Bonita was killing them dudes off the edge.
Bad. And when the quarterback sped up, that becomes a problem. So I think they need to solidify the left tackle. For this game, Greg Russo's going to go after that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, Greg Russo's been having a monster
really
year.
well
He's
this
playing
year.
great football. But this will always come down to which quarterback makes the plays in the end. And hopefully for the Bills, they don't have 13 seconds at the end of the game. You don't. I mean, they hate that. They hate that.
Would
They
you
hate
say
that.
that's more of an advantageous position for a game manager quarterback to be in at that point?
Well, that's why he's not a game manager, because he went and got a field goal in 13 seconds.
I'm just stoking the flames here.
I'm just saying, I would say he's done a really good job not forcing things the last couple of weeks. We saw in the beginning of the year, Pete, he was kind of pressing because they've had issues at the offensive tackle position. They've had issues at receiver since Rashid Rice has been gone. Now he's done a better job, whether you want to like it or not, managing the game and not forcing things down the field, relying on his defense, relying on the run game. And then I love what Andy Reid has done with the personnel, using more tight end sets to really stretch the field.
By the way, one quick thing. There's a narrative that Josh Allen hasn't played well in the playoffs in the 3 losses to the Chiefs. Not true.
He played really well last year.
7 touchdowns, 1 pick in 3 playoff games, and has 2 rushing touchdowns. The guy, he's a great player, and right now
he's turning the ball over lately, though.
Right now, one of those was on the receiver because he didn't jump in front of the. You saw it. It wasn't on him. And by the way, right now he's playing better than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's up for debate. Yeah, that's not even up for debate.
Yeah. So we're excited to see that game, particularly the quarterback battle in that one. Maybe not the best quarterbacking from Jared Goff. I don't know how I won my fantasy matchup this week with him as my starting quarterback. 4 picks, 5 picks. I ran out of count after this game.
But one was a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I would say the first 3 are a suspect. They weren't necessarily on him, the first 3 interceptions.
But to that point, the entire season long, we've kind of put the Lions up there in the same breath as the Chiefs, where like they're this impenetrable team. I know they have the 1 loss on the record, but they have been one of the teams we refer to when we talk about the best teams in the NFL. Pete, what did you learn about the Lions after you watched Jared Goff throw those 5 picks and yet they still won that game? What does that tell you about Detroit right now?
From talking to people, they better get the receivers on the same page. Some of those interceptions, in fact, I think 2 or 3 of them were because of wrong routes, and not just the receivers, but the tight end too. Yeah. So I think that's something to look at. The offensive line had problems the other day, which was a major surprise. The offensive line has been a strong suit of that team. The left guard, Glasgow, really had a rough go of it. And, but nobody other than Ragnow really played that well. So that's a concern. Well. And then ultimately the biggest concern is, can they rush the passer?
Yep.
And the reason I say that, look, you go get Zadarius Smith, you replace Aiden Hutchinson. He's a nice replacement, but he and Aiden Hutchinson. So I don't think they're going to overcome that. They're not going to be able to overcome that.
So, Pete, to your point, you're saying maybe the receivers need to get on the same page for the Lions. I feel like there's a lot of folks that need to get on the same page when we're talking about the Jets. We've seen so much.
Poor guy. It's a bad segment for you.
I know. All of the things are stacked.
Robert Saleh's gone. They get Devontae Adams. Aaron Rodgers is healthy. But why do you think they just continue to struggle and lose games that they really shouldn't? We saw it against the Patriots.
Correct. It's a combination of a lot of things. When you look at it on defense, tackling is a want-to thing, Pete.
They quit.
And the Jets don't want to tackle. Like, they are egregious when it comes to tackling. Again, you have to want to do that. And then when you look at it on offense, right, I don't know how many receivers continue not to be on the same page with Aaron Rodgers. At this point, Pete, it's not just on the receivers. It's on the quarterback as well. So we're in, week 12, 11? Like, this cannot continue to be an issue. You were with Devontae Adams for, 7 years. You're still not on the same page with him. Garrett Wilson is the only guy he's on page with, but let's not forget, the first 3-4 weeks of the season, Pete, they weren't on the same page. Mike Williams literally just got to Pittsburgh, right? You want to talk about red line, right? Just got to Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson told him where to go, and Russell Wilson put the ball where it's supposed to be for a game-winning touchdown last week versus the Commanders. So you can say what you want about red line, but obviously there is a disconnect between you and the receivers. And then when you look on offense, Pete, they're stagnant, right? There's not a lot of pre-snap motion. There's no easy answers for pressures. It's like they line up and just go. They just run plays, right? There's no rhyme or reason to why they're running plays. So they're going to continue to struggle because they don't want to tackle, right? The receivers are not on the same page with the quarterback, and the offense is stagnant.
They quit last week.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
Yeah.
The tackling, you mentioned
it
tackling.
Was egregious.
But as the game went on, the tackling got worse. And that's a sign
and that's
of
a lot to say because it was bad in the beginning.
That's a sign of a team that didn't want to be there. And so that coaching change didn't work. Getting Devontae Adams didn't work. Aaron Rodgers didn't work. He's not playing very well. The offensive line, they signed all these veterans, didn't work. Nothing has worked. It's time. They got to realize if they don't win this week, they're done. And now you're starting to peek ahead. And what's the future like with that guy there? Is he even going to play again? Do they want him to play again?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What would we rate the Aaron Rodgers experiment? Like a
It's awful. One of the worst trades
F.
ever.
Yeah.
Like
F.
again,
It's a fail.
everybody kept saying the reason why the Jets couldn't go further than where they were was because of the quarterback position. We needed adequate quarterback play. The Jets have not gotten that with Aaron Rodgers.
And what happened to the defense? You make the
fire
change,
Saleh.
you fire Saleh,
That's
all of a
what
sudden
happened.
The defense was supposed to be good, and it's not good anymore.
You fire Saleh, you move Albrecht up. There's more on his plate now, and it affects the defense. It's a trickle-down effect. So that's exactly what happened to that defense.
Well, the Jets get the Colts this week. We'll see if they can dig out a win in that matchup. It should be interesting to see how that one goes. Before we let you go, fellas, if the season ended today, actually, the Broncos would be in the postseason. And when it comes to this guy, Bo Nix, there was not a lot of expectation, I think, for him in that spot, but he's really exceeded those expectations. Lige, what have you thought of Bo Nix and this turnaround that we've seen out of Denver? Does he deserve to be in the Rookie of the Year conversation? It's tough with Jaden Daniels, but I have to ask it.
There's a reason why it's minus 1,200 for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
It's not even close. Like, there's Jaden Daniels and there's everybody else. Right. And Bo Nix, yes, he played well last week in the almost win versus the Kansas City Chiefs. But let's not forget the week before he played the Baltimore Ravens and was awful. Like, he missed wide open receivers. And me and Pete were just talking about this. That Baltimore secondary is probably one of the worst secondaries in football. Matter of fact, they're last in the NFL in passing defense. So let's not forget, just because he had a good game this last week versus the Kansas City Chiefs, that he hasn't been consistent throughout the year. Now, I love what I see from him in regards to his mobility, buying time, be able to make plays with his legs. He's comfortable throwing on the run. But no, he should not be in the offensive Rookie of the Year category. It's Jaden Daniels and nobody else.
Yeah, it's hard.
This is a game manager right now. He's managing the game. Yeah. And kudos to Sean Payton because, look, he loved the kid. He thought he would bring him in, and he's done a great job coaching him up. He saw Drew Brees in him. That's what he saw. And he's a little more, much more mobile than Drew Brees was. Sure. But I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I think all those doubts, and there were a lot of them out there, whether he could be a good quarterback in the NFL, he will be a good quarterback, but he should be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
right.
our Danny Cannell, I just wanted to throw in there. He did say if Bo Nix somehow won Offensive Rookie of the Year that he was going to shave his head, and we saw how that bet went. When he bet for.
He should still have a beard right now.
I know. He should. Apparently, the missus said no, but I'm just saying.
Take him seriously when he has these bets for Bo Nix.
You know what? Shave it. It eventually goes anyways. It eventually goes anyways. His is going. Look how far back it is.
Oh, we gotta go.
He's just mad because he's never had it.
We're getting out of here.
He's just mad because he never had it.
Yo, we're out. You can catch these guys on Pushing the Pile, by the way, with Kyle Long and Mike Renner. You can download, follow, listen wherever you get your pods, or you can watch the show right now and scan that QR code on your screen.